Hello everyone, welcome back. Today it is going to be a wonderful session. Why? Because we are going to study glands today, that is glands and hormones, and again we are going to cover all the questions which were previously asked. So let's see who all have joined. So we have all the candidates over here. So good morning everyone. This session is going to be fruitful. Here we are going to discuss the questions which were asked in CPO, CHSL, apart from that MTS, Steno. So there are various examinations of SSC where we will be covering all those important questions, and yes, obviously we are going to understand the concepts as well. So without any delay, let's move with the first question, and the first question on the screen is here. So what's the first question? The first question is, which of the following release sex hormone? Now this question is from CHSL 2011. Which one would be the correct answer? Is it adrenal gland? Is it thyroid gland? Is it pituitary? Or is it sebaceous? Let's see who gives this answer. Now these questions are not only asked once. For example, if I talk about this question, this is written that it is was asked in CHSL. So it doesn't mean that if it is asked in CHSL, it will not be asked in other exams. Many times the questions are repeated, and obviously the concepts will remain same. Correct? So these questions can be asked in other examinations as well, and it's very obvious that if it is written CHSL, it doesn't mean it's only asked in SSC. It is asked in other examinations also, where it includes railways. There are different examinations of different police. It includes Delhi police, UP police, different examinations. Correct? So yes, we are talking about which of the following release the sex hormone. Now we have a gland over here. First of all, let's have a look at this adrenal gland. Where is it located? Do you know? Even the location of gland plays a significant role. In the examination, it is asked which particular gland is located where. So first of all, we are going to discuss about adrenal gland. Let's have a look at this diagram. If I talk about this, it looks like a bean, isn't it? But let me tell you, I am talking about kidney. So when we are talking about kidney, we are aware of it is helping in removal of the waste. What type of waste? Whatever waste is created in our body in the form of urine, that particular waste is actually excreted out. Correct? Now, since we are talking about kidney, please remember this part. This part is actually containing a gland that is known as adrenal gland. Very important. This gland is adrenal gland. Now what is this gland doing? This gland actually helps in the creation of or secretion of different hormones, where I'll tell you this gland is also known as 4S gland. Why 4S? Here it is actually working on 4 different S. What kind of S? S is standing for sugar, X is standing for here salt, then stress, and yes, obviously sex. So sex, stress, sugar and salt. It is dealing with these 4S. That's why it is known as 4S gland. And from this adrenal gland, we have hormones, where I can take the example of adrenaline. Now in detailed way, we will be having one more question regarding that. We will be having a look over there. But please try to understand, on the kidney there is a gland which is known as adrenal gland. This adrenal gland is also known as 4S gland. Why 4S? Because this 4S is actually standing for sugar, salt, stress and sex. So yes, if I talk about the releasing of sex hormones, so here option number A would be correct, that is adrenal gland. So its location is clear, its working is clear. Let's move forward with the next question. What is the next question? Next question is, where is pituitary gland found in our body? Now this question is from CGL 2010 and MTS 2002. What I told you that it's not that if it is asked in one of the examination, another examination is not going to ask. It happens many times that the questions keep on repeating from one examination to another, and yes, in the same exam as well. So from these questions, we'll be clearing up all our important concepts. So let's continue. Where pituitary gland is found in our body? Is it on the base of heart? Is it on the base of brain? Is it in the neck, or is it in abdomen? So Momita has joined here. Hello Momita, how are you? Good morning, good morning. So yes, I was asking this question. where pituitary gland is found in our body? Is it on the base of heart? Is it in the base of brain? Is it neck? Or is it abdomen? We were discussing about adrenal gland. Where it was located? It was located on the kidney. Now we are talking about pituitary gland. Let's see who will give this answer. Waiting for the answer. And yes, everyone who has joined this session, kindly like it and share it. Yeah. So here, when I'm talking about pituitary gland, please remember it is also known as master gland. One more question which is asked in the examination. Which gland is known as master gland? So pituitary gland is actually known as master gland. Now if I talk about its location, please remember it is actually located in our brain. Where is it? It is located in our brain. So we can say that it is located in the base of our brain. That's why option number B will be correct. Waiting for the next question. Now here's the next question. Which of the following gland regulates the body temperature or thermoregulatory? See, from the name itself it is clear. I'm talking about thermo, that means temperature. So the gland which is actually regulating the thermal, that is temperature of your body, that's why it is known as thermoregulatory. Now you have to give the answer that which one is going to be the correct answer. So Happy has joined us. Hello Happy, good afternoon. Yes. So the question is about the body's temperature regulation. Now there are many things. Momita has told that it would be hypothalamus. Okay. So there are many things which I have to explain over here. And Momita, you are absolutely correct. It's hypothalamus. Now let's discuss about this one by one. See, whenever we feel like I'm feeling thirsty, I'm feeling hungry, this is particular good thing. This is actually bad. He's smart boy. She is good girl. All these things where I'm talking about hunger, thirst, even pain. So all these things are actually controlled by hypothalamus. And yes, obviously the part sexual arousal also. All these things are covered by hypothalamus. So now what it is called? It is known as the master of master gland. Now you must remember this thing. What I'm saying? Master of master gland. Now you must be wondering, sir, what? You're talking about master of the master gland. What is it? We were discussing who was the master gland. Let's see who gives this answer. Who is known as master gland? Now, which of the following glands is master gland? So you have 4 options over here. Let's see who will give this answer. What is master gland? Now, why I'm keeping this question? Because there's a difference between two. We are talking about the master of master gland over here, and I'm asking about the master gland. So Udbhav has given answer D. That's great, Udbhav. So your answer is totally correct. No doubt, it is hypothalamus which is regulating the body temperature. But my question is what? I'm asking what is master gland? Who can give this answer? Now this is going to be an important one. Why? Because I am asking about the master gland, and here I have written master of the master gland. So these are two different questions, and Momita has given the correct answer. Master gland was actually your pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is your master gland, but the one which is even controlling this pituitary gland is what? That is your master of master gland, which is hypothalamus. So there's a difference between these two. It creates confusion in the examination. Don't get confused. Master is pituitary because it is dealing with other glands. Fine. But all these glands, head is who? That is your hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is also the master of pituitary gland. That is why it is known as master of the master gland. So please remember the difference between two. So Ishan has joined us. Hello Ishan, good morning. So yes, hypothalamus was the correct answer. Next, which is the center of human body which is regulating the anger, water balance, body temperature? Now this question is from LDC 2005. Let's see who will give this answer. I'm talking about your anger, water balance, and also your body temperature. What would be the correct answer? Will it be veins, medulla oblongata, thalamus, or hypothalamus? Now just think about the explanation which we have just gained. What I've told. I'm talking about anger. Then there's a water balance. I was talking about thirst. Remember? Anger, thirst, pain. What will be the answer? Yes, Momita, totally correct. The correct answer is hypothalamus. That is also known as master of the master gland. And yes, Abhishek, that's totally correct. Great. So whenever we'll discuss about hunger, thirst, pain, whatever it is, even water balance or body's temperature controlling, this is done by hypothalamus. So whenever you feel like, why I'm like this, there's a song na, मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? It's actually because of the presence of hormones. So whatever you are doing, whatever in your school time, what happened when we'll talk about 11th or 12th standard, we used to think she's a good girl. A girl used to think she's a good boy. Actually, then concept came of boyfriend and girlfriend. There's no such issue with you. Actually, that is happening because of the presence of hormones at that time. We'll be having the detailed discussion in the evening when we'll be having theoretical session in the evening, 6 to 7. Right now, try to understand all the hormones are playing significant roles. They all have their individual roles. What are they? We'll be having discussion according to the questions. Let's move forward now. So here, obviously, hypothalamus was the correct answer. Next, in mammals, largest gland is found where? So this question is from Steno, 2014, and yes, a very important question because it is asked which is the largest and which is the smallest. Let's see who will give this answer. Talking about the largest gland. So is it thyroid? Is it liver? Is it pancreas? Or is it spleen? So what is the correct answer over here? Which one is the largest gland? Which one? Is it thyroid? Is it liver? Is it pancreas? Or is it spleen? So Momita is with liver. That is option number B. Okay. Others? Abhishek, can you answer this? Ishan, Udbhav, we have many candidates over here. Whenever we'll talk about the largest gland, remember your correct answer will be liver. So Momita, you were totally correct. Talking about liver. If I talk about liver, what is secreted from it? Here there are hepatic ducts where we have hepatic cells which are releasing what? They are releasing the bile juice which is actually stored in the gallbladder. So here, when I'm talking about the gland, that is the largest gland. So here, liver will be the correct answer. And yes, Abhishek, Momita, you are absolutely correct. Moving forward with the next question. In which body, in the body, which is the largest endocrine gland? Now, these two questions look similar, correct? But in the examination, we just have a look over here and just click anything. So don't do that. The previous one and this one is totally different. So who can tell me? I'm talking about this question. Who will give me this answer? Waiting. In the body, which is the largest endocrine gland? Abhishek, gallbladder is that part of body in which your bile juice is actually stored, which was created by liver and it was stored by the part which is present in your body, that is gallbladder, where it is stored actually. Fine. So yes, Abhishek is with thyroid, Momita is with A. And it's very, very obvious. Thyroid would be the correct answer. Now let's have the discussion on thyroid. See, if I talk about this thyroid gland, it is releasing a hormone which is thyroxine. That is thyroxine. Now what is actually helping in the creation of this thyroxine? Here, insulin plays a significant role. Sorry. Here, iodine plays a significant role. Iodine. So that's why it is asked that you must eat this salt. Oh, so Ilma has joined. You're also here. So Ilma, welcome back once again. Yes. So what I was telling, if I talk about this iodine is actually helpful in its secretion. If there would be lack of iodine, then there would be issue. What? Here we call that issue as goiter. We call this issue goiter. In Hindi, we actually call it ghenga. In English, we call it goiter. It is because of the lack of iodine. Fine. So yes, we were talking about thyroxine. It is because of the presence of iodine. Now, what is going to happen if I talk about water? Now, if in water there is a lack of iodine, please try to understand my question, what I am saying. If there would be lack of iodine in water, what is going to happen to the tadpole? My question is from the tadpole. Now this was asked in the examination, so I am asking you, if tadpole is there in the water, I guess everyone is aware of tadpole, isn't it? This tadpole is actually a baby version of frog. So if tadpole is living in that water in which iodine is not present, that is, there is the absence of iodine, what will happen to this tadpole? Can anyone tell me? I've already told you, lack of iodine is going to create the issue in your this neck part. Why? Because this thyroid gland is actually present in your neck. Now, I am asking you, if iodine is not there in water, what will happen to tadpole? And what is tadpole? It is the baby frog. So what will happen to baby frog? This now the See, thyroid is not the issue. Thyroid is actually gland, Abhishek. Thyroid is actually the gland which is present in our neck. Fine. Now, the thing with what I was saying if there would be lack of iodine, the hormones which are created from that part, there will be issue in that. Fine. So, thyroid is actually not an issue. We actually say that he's suffering from thyroid. He's not suffering from thyroid. Actually, there is the issue in thyroid. That's why we say he's suffering from thyroid. That is not the correct term. Thyroid is actually a gland. It's not the issue. Issue is what? Issue is actually the goiter. Fine. So yes, coming back to my question, I was asking if tadpole is there in the water in which iodine is lacking. So this tadpole will not convert into the adult. It is not going to convert into the adult. That is, it will not convert into the frog. It will remain the baby frog. Fine. If there is lack of iodine over there. Yes. So here comes the next question now. Before moving to the next question, let me tell you, we have launched Ssc Cgl pre plus mains batch, that is your officers batch, and it was, yeah, Nikita, that you are correct. उसमें growth रुक जाएगी, totally correct. Yes, so I'm talking about this batch, officer batch. So you can avail this batch with 75% discount. How? You have to just use the code CGL75 and your price will directly slash from 4,000 to 999. That is 3,999 to 999. So this offer was till 25th, but even today this offer is valid. Please use this code where you are going to get the live classes, PDF notes, structured study plan, practice sessions, and obviously the test series. Now, how you will get it? Please use the exam or application where you are having all these live paid courses with test series, pre-subject wise, free subject wise, and topic wise quizzes with the report card, current affairs sessions are there, everything is there. Just go to the Play Store, type Exampor there, click on the install button, open it, do registration and start using it. So yes, moving forward, Ilma is already having that course. Okay, Ilma, cool. So everyone can have this course and start using it. Yes, so there's a next question. In which following endocrine gland is found in the neck? Now let's see who is going to give this answer. We have just discussed about it. I'm talking about neck. So which is that particular gland which would be present in the neck? Is it pancreas, thyroid, pituitary, or adrenal cortex? Momita is with thyroid. That is option number B. Others, Ilma, Nikita, Abhishek, can you guess this answer or can you give the correct answer? Ilma is also with thyroid. Cool. So see, we have already discussed, if I'm talking about this adrenal gland, where is it? This adrenal gland is actually present in a kidney. Correct? Where we were discussing, this is 4S gland, where 4S stands for sugar, sex, stress, and salt. Here, if I talk about pituitary, where it was located? It was located in the brain. Now, if I talk about this thyroid gland, your thyroid gland is actually present in your neck. Now, I have two things here. Please remember, true. So, Sudesh has also joined, and Sudesh, you are absolutely correct. This gland is actually of butterfly shape, quite like this. Now, you must be saying, sir, it is actually looking like amoeba. But please cooperate. My drawing is quite good, so you can try to understand this. This butterfly shaped structure is present in our neck. Fine. This gland is actually your thyroid gland. But one more thing which I have to add is, I'll use blue color over here. Here are 4 dots. Now, what are these dots? These dots are actually your parathyroid gland. Now, remember this part, please. It's very important. There are 2 glands. One is thyroid and one is parathyroid. So, what is it? Thyroid gland is this butterfly shaped structure which is present in your neck. Now, there are 4 dot-like structures which are present over here. These are actually your parathyroids. From the name itself, thyro, you can relate thyroxine. So, thyroxine is secreted from thyroid. Now, what is actually helping in it? Here, iodine plays a significant role. Again, I am saying this thyroid is present in the neck part, pituitary in the brain, and adrenal gland in the kidney. Kuposhiत butterfly, yeah, it is suffering from malnutrition. So yes, answer is correct. Moving forward, who discovered insulin? Who can give this answer? Who was the one who actually discovered insulin? Was it A.F. Benting? Was it Edward Jenner? Or was it Ronald Ross? Or he was Asa Waxman? What would be the correct answer? Talking about the discovery of insulin, then I'll tell you about the discovery of hormone after this, along with the awesome example. Let's see who is going to give this answer. What I was asking, who discovered insulin? Who was the one? So Momita is with answer A, sir. It will be A.F. Benting. Okay. Ilma is with Ross. That is sir Ronald Ross. Option number C. So there's a competition between A and C. Others. Nikita is with B. That is Edward Jenner. Yeah. So it's with Benting. Cool. Sudesh is with C. Ronald Ross. So if I'll go with the voting part, there are 2 votes for Ronald Ross. One is for Edward Jenner and one is for A.F. Benting. Ross uncle. Ilma, you'll get pity, I'm telling you. So, yeah. Okay. So here, that's true. If I talk about the discovery of insulin, that was done by A.F. Benting. But if I talk about the discovery of hormones, can you tell me who was the one who has named this hormone? Or I'll talk about the discovery. So there were 2 people. One was Bayliss and another was Starling. So, yeah, totally correct. That is Benting. And yeah, Momita, that's cool that you are aware of all those things. Very good, very good. So what I was saying, if I talk about the discovery of this hormone, now there's a thing which boyfriend says to his girlfriend, girlfriend says this to boyfriend, wife says this to hubby, and hubby says this to wife. Now don't cross section anything. That is, if husband is saying to his wife, husband is also saying to girlfriend. That is actually not allowed. Reasoning part is not valid over here. What I was saying, the name is, you can relate now. What? I'm talking about Starling. So if I'll remove this star and put D over here, so you can relate what I'm talking about. That's actually the trick in which we can remember who discovered the hormone. So there were 2 people actually. His batchmate, I can say, he was Bayliss. So Bayliss and Starling were the one who discovered this hormone. Fine. So I'll give you one more example without this boyfriend and girlfriend. Let's move forward with the geography part. If I'll talk about the rivers, which are there in Australia, who can tell me about those 2 rivers which are the famous one which are present in Australia? Which are those 2 rivers which are present in Australia? They are actually Murray Darling, correct? So Murray and Darling are 2 different rivers. So now I guess you can relate that. So Starling and Bayliss are the one who have actually coined the term hormone, and obviously the discovery was done by him. Fine. So Starling would be the correct answer, and in the similar way, if I'll talk about insulin, that is A.F. Benting. Let's move forward now. Next, which gland in human body is related to the excitement of the body? This question is from Cpo 2011 and MTS 2011. I'll tell you about it in the detail. Yeah, Darling is the river over there. Apart from that Darling, there is Murray also. Murray and Darling are 2 rivers which are there in Australia. Next, moving on to the next question. Which gland in the human body is related to the excitement of the body? Now, there are different things over here. That's true, Nikita. Absolutely correct. Yeah, waiting for this answer. Which gland in human body is related to the excitement of body? Is it thyroid? Is it pancreas? Is it adrenal, or is it pituitary? So Mamita is with C. So is it adrenal? Because there's a question, so doubt is there. But Mamita, till now I have seen that your answers are correct. Not only in this session, in other sessions also. It's good. Then Nikita is the one who is again saying, sir, it would be C. And since everyone is with C, I'll also go with C. Milan is also with C. Totally correct. Absolutely correct. The correct answer is adrenal. Now let me tell you about this. Yeah. Sudesh is also with C. You all are correct. Now what is this adrenal gland? As already discussed, if I talk about a bean-shaped structure in our body, that is a kidney. On the top of kidney, we have a gland that is known as adrenal gland. Now this adrenal gland actually releases different hormones, where we were talking about sex hormones as well. I'll take example of one of the hormone which derives its name from this particular name itself, adrenaline. Adrenaline. Now try to understand its functioning. This hormone is also known as 3F hormone. What is 3F? Yes, Momita, totally correct. We are talking about emergency. So Sana has joined us. Hello Sana, good afternoon. Yes, what I was saying, this hormone is known as 3F, which is related to fear. Then another F is related with fight, and third one is flight. Now let's take an example of this one. If I take this example, just try to understand, if we are moving on a road, fine, and we don't have any energy, we are moving like this without any energy. Now what happens if there's a dog sitting over there? If he starts, that particular dog starts barking, what will happen? Just having a look at that dog, you will start running at the full pace in spite of not having energy. From where this energy came? This energy actually was derived from adrenaline. So adrenaline is the one which gives you that particular energy at that time. Why? Because it is actually helping you in facing those difficult situations which even you were not aware of. That's why we can say that this is 3F hormone: fear, fight and flight. So that instant energy, where other examples can be when you are actually running, fine, when you're running a marathon race and there's a friend who's standing over there, yes you can do it, yes you can do it, and now what is going to happen? I don't know from where that energy comes. That energy actually comes from your adrenaline. So it is giving you the instant energy. That's why we can say that it is actually it is related with the excitement of the body. Apart from that, you can take the example of sexual arousals and all. So there we were discussing about hypothalamus, but this is the instant energy which we require in order to face the danger. So here the correct answer is going to be your adrenal cortex. Moving forward with the next question. During excitement, which hormone release in the higher amount? I guess now you'll be able to give the answer. The question is from Tax Assistant 2006. Is it cortisol? Is it serotonin? Is it adrenaline? Or is it estrogen? What will be the correct answer? Yeah, that's true. We can relate it with the motivational hormone. But it is actually giving you the instant energy. Fine. Yes. So during excitement, which hormone release in the higher amount? So Nikita is with C. Sir, it would be adrenaline. Others, you can relate that now? Yes, that's good. So Ilma, Momita, Nikita, you all are correct. You all are correct. Absolutely correct. If I talk about adrenaline, so again I'll say this was 3F hormone, that was fear, fight and flight. Next question. Which is male sex hormone? Now see, we were talking about different hormones. We had a word over here. If I talk about this progesterone and estrogen, these are female sex hormones. If I talk about insulin, we are aware of this insulin. Hello Vikas, I am good. How are you? So here I was talking about insulin. It is actually released from pancreas. And no matter whose pancreas is it, if it is of male, then also it is going to work. If it is of female, then also it is going to work. Now, what is the option left? The only option left is your option number C, that is testosterone. So here, Momita, Nikita, Sudesh, you all are correct. You can even relate it with the starting term, that is testes, which is actually the part of male. Fine. So here, male reproductive system, you can just relate that term. That's why the correct answer is going to be your option number C, that is testosterone. Next, the production of growth hormone is related to what? So the production of growth hormone occurs by which of the following glands? The question is from MTS 2014. Growth hormone. Yes, Ilma, true. So I was talking about growth hormone. Now if someone is of low height, or if someone is of great height, where we can talk about 6 foot and all, is there any issue with that particular person? The issue is actually with the creation of hormone. Which hormone? Here there's a hormone which is known as growth hormone. You can talk about the somatostatin, which is released by pituitary gland. So we have answers over here. Momita is with B, that is pituitary gland. Then Ilma is also with B, Nikita is also with B, and yes, you all are correct. Sana, awesome. So here, if I talk about this pituitary gland, from here, growth hormone is released. This hormone actually gives pitu gland. Yeah. So Ilma, this is pitu which you are going to get. Yes. So this pituitary gland actually releases the growth hormone. If the person is lacking with this growth hormone, Sudesh, that particular person will actually suffer from dwarfism. If I'll talk about the excess of this hormone, so the excess of this hormone will lead to gigantism, that is of great height. Fine, very high or very long. So this is actually the role of pituitary gland, but only this growth, not only this growth hormone. Can you give me the examples of other hormones as well which are released by this pituitary gland? Anyone? Any one of the hormone apart from growth hormone? Who can give me the answer? Which is released by pituitary gland? From thyroid gland we have already understood thyroxine. True? What about pituitary gland? There's a growth hormone, no doubt. We have already understood. If there's a growth hormone in normal amount, our height will be normal. If it is lacking, we will be suffering from dwarfism. If it is extra, we will be suffering from gigantism. Yeah, that's true. That means, Ilma, that growth hormone is not secreted in the proper way. Apart from growth hormone, you can also take this example of somatostatin. So in some of the cases, somatostatin will be the correct answer. Yeah, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone you are talking about. You must talk about MSH. Fine. So we'll be discussing about this one by one. First of all, let me tell you about other hormones where you can talk about ADH. What is this ADH? If I will talk about this ADH, its full form is anti. D stands for diuretic. H stands for hormone. So what is this anti-diuretic hormone? Anti-diuretic hormone is a hormone which is present in a body which is helping in the water balance. It is actually helping in the water balance. How? Whatever we are drinking, now there may be some issue in our body. What kind of issue? Whatever you are eating, there might be several things where we can take the example of ammonia and all, correct? So that is present in our body. We have to remove that so that our body doesn't face any issue. So what is going to happen? All those unwanted things are mixed with water and excreted out in the form of urine. So here, water, how much water is required and how much water can be excreted out, this is maintained by a hormone which is ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. Now what will happen? Now what happens if someone takes alcoholic content, that if someone drinks alcohol, what is going to happen? This ADH hormone actually loses its control. There is no control on the ADH by a body, and in this case what happens? That ADH hormone is not able to work properly, and in this way whoever drinks alcohol, he has to go to the washroom at the same point. Why? Because ADH is not working in the proper way. So that's why this anti-diuretic hormone is of great importance in our body. Apart from that, there's one more hormone that is known as oxytocin. What is it? This hormone is actually known as love hormone. In the we'll be having detailed discussion in the evening when we will be having theoretical section between 6 to 7. But let me tell you, it is asked in short, which amongst the following hormone is known as love hormone? So that is actually your oxytocin. Fine. So here all these things we have already discussed. Let's move forward now. Next question is, grave disease occurs because of what? Now this is from Chsl 2012. So grave disease occurs due to dash. Now what is grave disease? I'll tell you about that. First of all, we will be having answer. Ilma Singh sir, oxytocin to pata hai. Okay. What about dopamine and throttling? So we'll be having that detailed discussion in the evening lecture, 6 to 7. Let's have a look at this question. This question is from Chsl 2012. Grave disease occurs due to dash. Is it hypersecretion of thymus? Is it hypersecretion of thyroid? Hyposecretion of thymus or hyposecretion of thyroid? So there are two different things. One is hyper and one is hypo. Now what's the difference between these two? If I talk about hyper, hyper means excess, that is extra. If I talk about hypo, this means low. Fine. So we are talking about the extra secretion of thymus or low secretion of thyroid. Sorry, extra secretion of thymus or extra secretion of thyroid. In the similar way, low secretion of thymus is and low secretion of thyroid. So Sana is with B. So that is hyper secretion of thyroid. Others, Nikita is also with B. Sana is also with B. Others. Now this is very, very important because first of all we need to understand about this grave disease. Question can be asked in any way. Please try to understand. Hyper means extra. So we are talking about the hyper secretion of thyroid according to two of the answers which we have received. Sana and Nikita has given the answer. Extra secretion of thyroid will do what? Here there would be, if I talk about the eyes, there would be puffing in the eyes. Fine. There would be extra hormone which is actually going to be very, very, it would be of disadvantage actually in our body where our eyes will actually come out. Fine. So here if I talk about the extra secretion of this thyroid, it will lead to Graves' disease. Now, what will happen if there would be lacking of iodine or there is no iodine in our body? Then thyroxine will not be created in the proper manner. Or if I talk about the swelling of this part, swelling of this gland, so that is known as goiter. So there's a difference between two. There's the difference between two. But if someone is asking you goiter is related with what? It is related with thyroid. In the similar manner, Graves' disease, in which puffing of eye is there, this Graves' disease is also related with the thyroid. Fine. So yes, hypersecretion of thyroid, that is extra secretion of thyroid, will lead to Graves' disease. Sorry, Graves' disease. Next. Next question. Which is pepsin releasing cells of the stomach? Now we have discussed about this pepsin, correct? Where we were aware of P for pepsin, we have related with the Pepsi, correct? Yeah, in Hindi we call it that ghenga. Totally correct, Ilma. P was for Pepsi and P was for protein. So pepsin is related with protein. That is what I am saying. Pepsin hormone helps in what? Sorry, pepsin enzyme helps in what? It is actually helping in the digestion of protein. But the question is, from which cell this pepsin is released? So remember, if I'm talking about the cells which are there in the stomach, that is chief cells. From chief cells, this pepsin is released. But if I talk about, Nikita, it is actually chief cells. Now, if I talk about HCl, HCl is actually released by oxyntic cells. So both these cells are important and both are asked in the examinations. Oxyntic cells are releasing HCl, that is HCl acid, hydrochloric acid. Sana, yes, that's correct. C is the correct one. And if I talk about the pepsin enzyme, it is released by chief cells. What is this pepsin doing? It is helping in the digestion of protein. So I guess all these things are clear, everyone. And yes, everyone is requested to kindly like this session and share it. Please do it. Yeah, moving forward. Next question. In human throat, which is known as Adam's apple, which particular option is known as Adam's apple? Who can give this answer? Now this question is from CPO 2012. Adam's apple. I'll give a hint over here. If I talk about males, here, this particular part, here we can see that Adam's apple. Nikita is saying, sir, it would be lime, okay. As if pepsin is the CEO, okay. Yeah. So Momita is with B, that is throat. Ilma is with larynx. Momita is with throat. Okay. So if I talk about this neck structure, in that particular part, this Adam's apple is there. So it's very, very obvious. If I talk about this neck structure, we have a gland that is known as thyroid gland, and the exact location, no doubt, this is your neck structure in which throat is also there. But specifically if I talk, that would be your thyroid gland which is there, and that is made up of cartilage. So that would be your thyroid cartilage. Yes, moving forward with the next question. Which of the following deficiency causes goiter? Now its excess was causing what? Excess was causing Graves' disease. Now its lacking is causing what? Lacking is causing goiter. What is going to be the correct answer? Waiting. Lacking is going to create goiter. No issues, no issues. So here, Momita is with D, Nikita is with D, Ilma is with D. You all are with iodine. Correct. So this iodine plays a significant role. Sudesh, waiting for your answer as well. Where are you? Sudesh, waiting for the answer. Yes. So iodine is correct one. If I talk about the lacking of iodine, it is going to create an issue that is known as goiter, and it is related with what? It is actually related with thyroid. It is related with thyroid. Its structure, it is actually asked, it looks like what? So it is having butterfly shaped structure. Sorry, it is having butterfly shaped structure. And if I talk about those 4 dots which are present over here, that is actually related with the parathyroid. Yes, so iodine is going to be the correct answer. Next, the pigment which gives color to the human body. Pigment which gives the color to the human body. We Indians are actually brownish in color. If I talk about British, they are having a fair skin in compared to us. Yeah, true Ilma, true. If I'll go to the African country, they'll be having darker skin. So is it the issue which are created by us? No. None of the issue is created by us. Everything is done by hormone. Correct? So whatever we say, if I'll talk about it, the different ages. So it whatever is happening with us, it is actually happening because of those hormones. Correct? So yes, we have the answers over here. Ilma is with melanin, Momita is with melanin, Nikita is with melanin, Sana is with melanin, and that's true. Melanin is the correct answer. Now we were talking about this melanin. Please remember, whatever color of the body is, it is because of this melanin. If it is in excess, we will be darker in color. If it is lacking, we will be more fairer. Fine. So yes, this is the important one which was asked in the examination. Now there's a one more term. If I talk about one more hormone which actually resembles its name with this, that is your melatonin. There's difference between two. There's difference between both. Yeah, that's true, Sana. True. Yes, what I was saying, there's a difference between these two hormones. That's why I'm writing over here. Please remember, melatonin and melanin are two different things. Fine. If I'm talking about this song, that is हम काले हैं तो क्या हुआ दिल वाले हैं, there Mahmood sir is actually talking about melanin hormone. अगर हमारे पास melanin hormone ज्यादा है तो हम क्या करें? It's something like that. Fine. So yes, हम काले हैं तो क्या हुआ दिल वाले हैं. That is, अगर हमारे पास melanin ज्यादा है तो क्या हुआ? We are दिल वाले. So this is the thing. Please remember. So I was talking about this melatonin over here. What is this melatonin? Melatonin hormone is actually helping in the biological cycle of your body. That is, if I'll sleep today at 9 and I wake tomorrow at 6 and every day I wake up at 6, so there's no use of alarm. If I'll not put alarm also, then also I'll wake up at the same time. Correct? So there's actually biological clock. That biological clock is actually dealt by melatonin hormone. So there's a difference between two. Ilma is saying हमारे पास no issues. If it is extra, it's very good. Yeah, in India you can get all the shades. Whenever you go to the northern part, you go to the southern part, you'll go to the northern, eastern, western, everywhere you can get each and every concept. Whether it is for the language, whether it is for the skin color, everything. So that's why we are proud to be Indian. Yes, that's true. We can tell them, actually you are lacking from melanin, don't be happy. Yes, so let's come back to the same point. Melatonin hormone is actually helping in dealing with the biological clock, because of which we are waking up at the same time. And yes, if I talk about this melanin, it is helping in the color, developing the color of the skin. There's the next question. Diabetes mellitus occurs due to the lack of which hormone? Diabetes mellitus occurs due to lack of synthesis of which hormone? This question is from MTS 2014. But now those ads are stopped actually, Nikita. Okay, so we were talking about the diabetes mellitus. It is occurring due to lack of synthesis of which hormone? Is it insulin, is it glucagon, is it thyroxine, or is it androgen? What would be the correct answer? Sudesh, I'm waiting for the answer from a long time from you. So yes, Momita is with A, Nikita is with A, Sana is with A, Ilma is also with A. We were talking about the diabetes mellitus, which is occurring due to lack of synthesis of which hormone? And yes, you all are correct. Ilma, Sana, Nikita, Momita, you all are correct. The correct answer is insulin. Let's have a look over here. There's a gland that is known as pancreas. Now there's an important question which is asked from this part. Everyone remember what I'm saying. Pancreas, yes Sudesh, awesome. So actually I was waiting for your answer from such a long time. It's good that you have answered. Good, totally correct. Now what I was saying, there's a gland that is known as pancreas. This pancreas is actually both endocrine and exocrine. That's why it is known as mixed gland. Very important. Apart from mixed, there may be the question which may be asked, which among us the following is the compound gland? So compound gland, mixed gland, everything is going to be is related to your answer, that is pancreas. Now, if I talk about pancreas, there are three different cells which are created from isolate of Langerhans. Isolate of Langerhans are present in pancreas. From isolate of Langerhans, there are three types of cell: alpha, beta and delta. They are not alpha, beta, gamma. They are alpha, beta and delta. Great Momita, great Sudesh, you are right. From alpha cell, we have glucagon. We have glucagon that is released. From beta cell, there is insulin that is released. From delta cell, there is somatotrophin. Somatotrophin that is released. Now, this glucagon and insulin are doing what? They are helping in the maintaining of the glucose. So, glucose level is maintained by it. Glucose level. Now, what will happen if there is any kind of issue with this beta cell? So, there will be the issue with the insulin. That means now the balance is going to disbalance. Fine. That is, there would be no proper balance. That is, disbalance would be there. And in this disbalance, what is going to happen? Glucose level would be high and insulin's level would be low. And this condition is known as diabetes mellitus. Remember, in diabetes mellitus, glucose level goes higher and insulin level goes lower. This condition is known as diabetes mellitus. So all the important questions are discussed in the same question. Pancreas is compound gland. Another question, pancreas is mixed gland. Another thing, pancreas is having which particular thing? So there would be different options. There would be isolate of Langerhans. Isolate of Langerhans. In isolate of Langerhans, there are three types of cells, alpha, beta, delta. Now alpha releases what? Beta releases what? Delta releases what? Alpha releases glucagon, beta releases insulin, delta somatotrophin. Now here, if I talk about alpha, beta, they are helping in the maintenance of the glucose. If glucose level is high, insulin level is low, this is going to lead the issue that is known as diabetes mellitus. I guess all these things are clear to you. These questions are asked in the examination. Please remember this. Now, so here we have discussed about insulin. Next, which of the following is known is the smallest endocrine gland in human body? This question is from 10+2 and DEO LDC 2011. Smallest endocrine gland. Is it adrenal? Is it thyroid? Is it pituitary? Or is it pancreas? Just think and tell. Smallest one. We have discussed. I'll give you the hint. We even call it a master gland. We even call it a master gland. Let's see who can give this answer. So Nikita has given answer as C. Now Nikita has changed the answer B. Why, Nikita, you are changing the answer? Momita is with C. That is, so it would be pituitary. Okay, so it was by mistake, I guess. Okay, please remember, we are talking only about these options. True? Since we are talking about these options, here we can see that pituitary is the correct answer. But there's a question which I am asking you. This question's answer I want in the comment section after the class, and in the evening we'll be discussing it with the opening question itself. Fine. Now Sana is with C, Nikita is with C, Momita is with C. You all are correct. Ilma, have you gone to your college? So what I'm saying here, no doubt option number C is correct. Pituitary will be the smallest endocrine gland in our human body. Now my question is, which is the smallest gland? This question will be taken in the evening session. Fine. Yeah, that's true. So Sudesh is again with C. You all are correct. Now my question is, what is the smallest gland? And yes, I want this answer in the comment section. Where? After the class. Smallest gland. And we'll be discussing this in the evening session. Which is the smallest gland? So you can answer whatever you want, what is correct according to you, in the comment section after the class. So yes, pituitary was the correct answer. Next, the largest mixed gland of a human body is what? This question is from Steno 2010. Is it thymus, liver, pancreas or spleen? Umeda, cool. So here, what we are asking, the largest mixed gland of human body is what? Is it thymus, liver, pancreas or spleen? Is it thymus, liver, pancreas or spleen? Largest mixed gland. We have discussed about compound gland or mixed gland, isn't it? So Nikita has the answer. So that is C, pancreas. Momita is also with C. That is pancreas. Okay. Sana is also with C. Cool. So Sudesh, your answer please. So yes, we have answer C over here. That is pancreas and totally correct. If I talk about pancreas, pancreas is also known as mixed gland, which actually acts like both, like exocrine and endocrine both. Largest gland is liver, but mixed is pancreas. Yes. So Vikas is also with C. Cool. So you all are correct. Here, pancreas is the correct answer. Next, a medicine which promotes the secretion of urine is called what? This is from Text Assistant 2009 and we have discussed about this. Sudesh, you were writing something. I guess I was... Yeah, you have taken your message back. Sudesh, what do you want to ask? Please tell. Yes. So the question is, a medicine which promotes the secretion of urine. Who can tell me about it? Urine. Sudesh, yeah, that's true, Sudesh. Good. So my question is, a medicine which is promoting the secretion of urine. Please, we are having one more question and then we'll join in the evening. Waiting for the answer in the super fast manner. Yes. And everyone is requested to kindly like it and share it. Please like it. Please like it. Yes. If I talk about the secretion of urine, we were discussing about a hormone that was ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. True? So you can just relate it from the anti-diuretic hormone. Anti-diuretic hormone, which is helping in the water balance. So Ilma is with C, diuretic. Nikita is with B, monouretic. Then Momita is again with B. Ilma is with C. So this time Ilma is correct. This time Ilma is correct. Everyone please remember, we are talking about option number C over here. That is diuretic. So anti-diuretic hormone is the hormone which is helping in the water balance. Next. Blood pressure is controlled by what? Now this would be the last question of the day. Blood pressure is controlled by a dash. So this is from CPO 2008 and Matric Level 2002. See, the questions can be repeated, isn't it? So yes, blood pressure is controlled by what? Let's see who gives this answer. Blood pressure is controlled by what? So we can do one thing. We'll keep this question for the question of the day. Question of the day. Because I want you all in the comment section and in the evening, we'll be starting with the two questions, which is the smallest gland and which a particular gland is controlling the blood pressure. Fine. So yes, Vikas is with C over here, but Vikas, Momita, Sudesh, I want you all in the comment section just after the session with this answer, and in evening with both questions, we'll be starting our session at 6. Fine. So okay then, bye-bye. Please take care. And yes, do not forget to just subscribe our channel. And yes, what I was saying, there's a batch that is officer batch. You can join it with 75% discount using the code CGL75. Price is slashed from 3,999 to only 999, where you will be getting live classes, PDF notes, structured study plan, practice sessions and test series. How you can do this? You can just buy this and yes, download this application where you will just type Example at the Play Store, click on the install button, go to the open part, do registration and start using it. So I'll be waiting for you all in the evening at 6 sharply. Fine. So bye-bye everyone. Please take care.